All right, looks like we've got just about everyone. How are we doing?
Internal security remains solid. I've caught 3 Imperial spies since Ossus. 2 attempted to enlist, and the other presented herself as a merchant seeking new trade relations. Unfortunately, they fled before they could be caught and interrogated about their specific objectives.
We should coordinate your efforts with the SIS. They could be helpful. Theron, can you get us in touch with one of their people?
Of course. I know just the guy. My assets have brought in solid intel from all of the major battles along the front lines. I'll keep forwarding everything to Baywan for analysis.
My people are using that intel to create new write-ups for the major field commanders on both sides. Should help us predict strategic probabilities going forward. Until we get a specific request for aid, I've deployed our fleet in a defensive posture around Odessen. Speaking of ships, one of our frigates went AWOL. The crew is ex-Imperial, so we're pretty sure they're heading back home. I can't blame them for not sticking around to fight their old allies, but that ship wasn't theirs to take. How should I deal with them?
Track them down, but stick with your ion cannons. I only want the ship back. Crew members are free to go where they like.
Understood. Once our people have retaken the frigate, they'll drop the crew off at the closest neutral port.
Nothing so dramatic occurring in our science lab. Improvements to Odessen's planetary shields have been successfully completed.
All right. Hilo?
We've had to step up security for my crews. Piracy is becoming a bigger problem on their runs. Lucky for us, you're friends with Mandalore. Now that word's spread that her people are riding along, nobody messes with our transports.
Good to hear. Anything else?
Me and the crew have been running one of the old Thranta corvettes. We're patrolling the route between here and Zakul. It's bad over there. Some of the city spires have closed themselves off completely. Others are actually taking shots at each other. And those gangsters from the exchange? They're moving in all over the place. Nearly half the provisional government is tied to them somehow. I know they want to go their own way, but Zakul is my home. It's home for a lot of our people. I think we should try to help.
How do you think we could help them?
The most important thing is to get the exchange out of there. The Knights are practically non-existent now. There's no law. I know it's not our place to go after them on Zakul. So let's go after them before they get there. Give me 3 extra ships, and we'll intercept any exchange members we find headed for Zakul. Without any muscle or bribes to back them up, they'll crumble.
Sounds like a good plan. The ships are yours, Koth.
Thank you. Gonna enjoy taking those scumbags down.
Sana Ray is touring the reconstruction efforts on Voss, so I believe we're finished.
That's all I have. Good work, everyone.
There was one final matter for you. We received a message from Alec Rainan, a reporter for a Republic news network. He'd like to speak when you have a moment. I've loaded his frequency into your holocom.
Thought we could use a moment alone. I have to say, it feels good to work with the Republic again. We spent so many years dealing with Suresh and people like her. It's easy to lose faith, to forget what we all signed up for in the first place. The Republic might finally be ready to live up to its own standards. I'm glad to be a part of it.
The Republic has always been my home. It feels good to be back after so long.
Plus, Coruscant has way better restaurants than Droman Kos. I'm glad we could talk. I'll catch you later.
Commander, what a pleasure. Alec Rainan, Republic News Network. Your little comeback has everybody talking. Would you like to join the conversation?
What do you have in mind exactly?
Oh, nothing too formal. You, me, and a friendly conversation about the Alliance and the Republic. I think it would boost morale for people to hear about how you're going to win this nasty old war for us. How about it?
I need to know more about the questions you plan to ask.
Really basic stuff. Where you come from, how you save the galaxy, how you'll save the Republic. Totally boilerplate, I promise. We film in a studio on Carrick Station. Meet me there when you're ready.
Jonas, did you set up this interview request?
Of course not. But I'll pull some strings. I'll make sure you get a nice big audience. This is a great chance to inspire the people of the Republic. Don't forget to dress sharp.
Commander, welcome. Follow me and we'll get started. Our studio is just this way. Welcome back to Republic News. I'm your host, Alec Rainan. Our guest tonight has led a rather illustrious career as an esteemed member of the Jedi Order. But nowadays, you're simply known as the Commander, leader of the alliance that overthrew the Zakulian Empire, a hero to the entire galaxy. How does it feel to return to the Republic?
The Alliance hasn't officially joined the Republic yet, but we are siding with the Republic in the war.
An important distinction. I think we're happy to have all the allies we can get. Some people in your position might have felt abandoned given the Republic's treaty with Zakul precluded any official support for the Alliance. Is that why you chose to support the Sith Empire on Iokath? Because you felt abandoned by the Republic?
The Sith Empire helped us when the Republic wouldn't. The Supreme Chancellor actually tried to have me killed.
I can see how that might color your views. But you feel differently now, or so your actions since Iokath would seem to indicate. At the request of Republic personnel, you defended the Jedi colony on Ossus when it came under Imperial attack. It was during that attack that we learned of the survival of Darth Malgus, possibly the Empire's most feared battle commander. How did his reappearance make you feel?
Malgus is dangerous, but we've beaten him before. We can do it again.
Your confidence is reassuring. I'm afraid we're out of time, so let's get to the heart of things. The war against the Sith Empire. Can we win?
With the Alliance joining forces with the Republic, the Empire doesn't stand a chance.
I like the sound of that. Any final comments before we wrap up?
The Republic is a place where all the peoples of the galaxy come together to create something greater than ourselves. If we're going to win, we'll do it by working together to bring out the best in everyone.
Inspiring words indeed. Thank you so much to our special guest. I'm Alec Rainan. Good night, and stay strong.
Transmission complete.
Great show. We'll have to bring you back again soon.
Great work, Commander. You looked good, and you sounded even better.
Under Overlord. Scanning for hostiles now. I'm detecting some strange interference.
Republic fighters, evade!
Great shooting, people. Scratch one destroyer.
Looks like the captain of the destroyer is making a run for it.
I've got them. Got their engines. They're not going anywhere.
Great shooting. Let's regroup.
Commander!
General Daerun, what can I do for you?
I'm glad I caught you. Darth Malgus is assembling one of the largest attack fleets in history. We need your help.
What else do we know? Do we have the fleet's objective?
We should discuss that in person. We're in the operations center on Carrick Station. Please hurry, Commander. Daerun out.
More than 100 capital ships, with smaller picket ships and support vessels close by. And that's not all. There's enough fuel transports for all those warships to cross half the galaxy. Darth Malgus is leaving nothing to chance. His fleet won't stop until they reach the objective.
Which is...
Corellia.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Master.
I never had the chance to properly thank you for your help on Ossus. Many people owe you their lives.
The target is the Meridian Complex, a state-of-the-art shipyard that's due to begin production in a matter of weeks. The Meridian Complex can produce new warships at triple the speed of any existing shipyard, and at half the energy cost.
Once that shipyard becomes operational, it could give the Republic a significant advantage in a matter of months. That's why they're committing so many ships to this mission. The Empire will stop at nothing to destroy this new shipyard before it can save the Republic's war effort.
How long can the shipyard's defenses hold out against a fleet that size?
A matter of hours. That's where you come in. It's crucial that we redeploy the Republic fleet to defend the Meridian Complex immediately. Unlike Malgus, we can't move our ships to Corellia without refueling stops. We expect the Empire's top agents to target our reinforcements anywhere they stop. They won't risk our forces arriving in time to make a difference. We want you to defend and expedite those reinforcements as best you can. If we defeat the Empire at Corellia, we turn the tide of this war in our favor.
That's my part. What will you two be doing?
Once we have organized the ships moving to defend Corellia, I will take charge of the ground defenses based in Coronet City.
I'm leaving shortly to meet with the Green Jedi. I'll help coordinate their defense efforts with our own.
Your first objective will be the planet Onderon. The 11th Fleet is gathering there to resupply and refuel before heading to Corellia. It's the only Republic port within range of their current position.
Onderon has been a Republic world for centuries, but local politics have become strained and fractious. Tawadare is already investigating. She suspects Imperial infiltration.
Whatever is happening on Onderon, we'll get to the bottom of it.
We're very fortunate to have your help.
General, word from the 87th.
I'll leave you to it, Commander. Good luck.
Speaking of Tau, I have one more favor to ask of you, Commander. Arn, if you please.
Commander, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm Arn Peralin, Jedi Padawan.
I remember Nosteral and Tau talking about her taking on a Padawan. Is that you?
Apparently so.
Tau had to leave for Onderon before I could introduce her new Padawan. Since you're heading there anyway, I thought Arn might ride along with you. The Commander is one of us, Arn. May the Force be with you both.
Artillery fire. On Descartes 7.
What?
How'd it happen? How'd you get injured? Yeah, that's everyone's first question. My master and I were escorting refugees. He died. I survived. More or less. Descartes 7 has advanced technology, but the locals can't use Kolto or Bacta. Genetically incompatible, they said. So they use cybernetics to treat all their severe injuries. The recovery took years. I don't know if I can still become the Jedi I hoped to be, but I'm not giving up now.
The Force is strong with you, Arn. I can feel it. I'm sure you'll become a great Jedi.
Thanks. It feels good to return to the Jedi path after so long. Hey, before we go, my new master, Tau, what can you tell me about her?
Tau's skills are impressive, but her battles against the Sith weigh on her. She questions her place in the Jedi.
Sounds like we have that in common. Thanks. I appreciate your insight. I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Lana, I'm heading for Onderon. Gather up anyone that's free and meet me there.
Understood. We'll set out immediately.
So what do you know about Onderon, Arn?
Well, we just landed in the heart of the capital. Not that there are any other major cities. The planet is mostly wilderness. The wildlife is famously dangerous. The plant life is hardy enough to seed barren planets and spark new ecosystems. So that definitely makes Onderon an important resource world. What else? The planet is ruled by a king named Petrif, who's been on the throne for just over 3 years.
Impressive. Somebody did their homework.
Oh, I can't take the credit. Master Nosteral gave me the full lecture back at Carrick. You know how much he loves history.
Let's find Lana and hear what she's learned about the Imperial's plans.
Lana Beniko, right? The Sith Lord that works for you?
Lana and I don't just work together. We are together.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sure she's great. I've just never, talked to a Sith Lord before. So, after you?
Commander, welcome to Onderon. This friend, Arn Paralan. Jedi Padawan.
Nice to meet you?
You're enjoying this a little too much.
I so rarely get to menace innocent young Jedi anymore. Onderon is a powder keg. King Petrith has been at odds with his noble council for months. From what Theron and I have learned, he wants to strip the planet to line his coffers. The nobles aren't interested in that plan. As a result, Petrith has changed residence to his hunting lodge in the wilderness, where the nobles can't keep track of his activities or visitors. The nobles are led by Senator Nebet, the planet's Republic representative. She was kind enough to lend us her office. Nebet's people have detected coded transmissions from the hunting lodge. The code used is highly sophisticated, and not Onderonian.
An Imperial code?
Nebet suspects as much. I have Dr. Ogorob analyzing it to confirm, but in the meantime, the Senator is preparing the city for a potential attack. To that end, our people are spread across the capital, shoring up the city's defenses. I believe you'll find Tau Adair in the central marketplace.
Have you given Tau as much trouble as her Padawan?
We haven't been introduced, though we did see her across the marketplace this morning. Rest assured, I didn't to appear sinister while browsing the produce.
All right, Arn. Ready to meet your new master?
Ready as I'll ever be. It was nice to meet you, Lord. Lady,
Just Lana will do.
Commander, it's good to see you again. You must be Arn.
Yes. Arn Paralan. I, look forward to learning from you.
Great. Well, let's get started.
Sounds good. So... where should we start?
I have no idea. Wow.
Why don't you walk Arn through what you're doing out here?
Right, of course. I checked in with the guard station up the street, and now I'm gonna check the walls for...
We're under attack!
Everyone all right?
You two, get to the palace. Coordinate with Lana.
Right away. Arn, are you ready? Arn!
I'm ready.
You're heading for the explosions?
I'll let you know what I see. Stay in contact.
You got it. Let's move.
Commander, you look different somehow. And you arrived even earlier than my most ambitious estimates.
I think I'd remember meeting you before.
We'll have an opportunity to get reacquainted later. In person. I'll see to it. The firing sequence is already locked in. My calculations leave no room for error or intervention. You may defeat my remote droids, but not before the orbital defense cannons obliterate the public fleet. All units, begin combat recording protocol OREC. Let's see what you're truly capable of. Impressive.
Republic fleet, raise your shields. Imperial forces set the planet's defensive guns to fire on you. I'm disabling them now, but they may have other tricks up their sleeves.
Understood. Shields up! We'll pull the fleet to a safe distance and maintain alert status.
Tau, this whole attack was a diversion. The Imperials tried to use the defensive cannons to attack our fleet, but I managed to stop them.
It's great to hear, but I'm not sure anyone told these guys they're just a diversion. Think you could give us a hand in the throne room?
On my way.
He was a Koru, leader of the Untamed. They followed the old ways of the Beast Riders, or at least, their version of the old ways. Commander, I am Senator Nebet. I thank you for your heroism and your timeliness. The deadliest of the attackers were his followers. They're violent isolationists that want all off-world influences killed or driven away. The rest are the King's own soldiers, led to their deaths by Petrif himself. And some kind of droids I don't recognize.
The droids are Imperial, remote piloted. I fought more of them in the control room for the orbital cannons. They actually spoke to me. The woman controlling them claimed to know me, but I didn't learn any more than that.
The coded messages. The Empire must have convinced Petrif that we were plotting against him. Before he retreated, he kept ranting about reclaiming his throne. Though how the Empire could have gotten the Untamed to fight alongside the King is beyond me. Let's see to our wounded and determine the extent of the damage. Then we can reconvene to discuss strategy.
The death toll is still being calculated. At the very least, hundreds of guards and civilians have died. Damage to the city itself was minimal. They attacked so quickly that we hardly engaged them before they reached the palace.
Our ships in orbit got through without a scratch thanks to the commander. They should finish refueling within the hour.
Then your mission here is over?
I wish we could stay to help, but with the Imperials heading for Corellia...
We should stay. We have to stay.
What's on your mind, Arm?
The droids that attacked us were being controlled remotely, and you said they spoke with a woman's voice. Darth Savik is the new Dark Council member in charge of scientific research. I read about her in Nostral's files. She uses droids in all of her missions. And I had a look at their internals. The signal range isn't far. That means Savik is on this planet as we speak.
A Dark Council member could tell us a lot about the Empire's plans. If we can find Savik, she'll know which of our other fleets they're targeting.
Good thinking. So, how do we find her?
We can start with King Petrif. The Sith are manipulating him. They won't be far. He was last seen heading toward his royal hunting lodge.
If you're crossing the Onderon Wilds, you'll need guidance. Fortunately, I found just the help you need.
Chikaro, C2D4.
It will be our great pleasure to guide you across our beloved Onderon.
What have you been doing all these years?
We have served moron after moron, fool after fool, but now fortune turns in our favor at last.
We'll leave you to that. It's best if Arn and I stick around to hold the line here in case the Imps make another attack. But don't hesitate to call if you need backup.
I assure you, Master Jedi, they're in the best of hands. No, hands. Of course, to the Royal Hunting Lodge.
But this world still has great value to the Empire. Think of the resources. Think of the strategic position.
Worthy objectives for another day. Our focus is Corellia. The Empress has made that clear. Evacuate your remaining forces and go to Rendezvous Point 1. And Savik, the next time I call, you will answer in person.
The nobles! Nabet, they'll have me imprisoned! You promised support! You can't leave me!
Go with my droids, King Petrif. They will keep you safe. Onderon will bow to you again soon enough. You again. You continue to best even my most aggressive estimates. Quite rude.
Leaving so soon? I was looking forward to catching up after all this time.
Don't pretend. You don't remember me at all, I'm sure. This is a neutron emitter. Once fully charged, it will emit a wave of energy fatal to all organic life within range. The range is just enough to engulf the whole building, and the effect lasts for hours. Once you're dead, my droids will have plenty of time to fortify the building against further incursions.
Should we be running away?
You can try.
So, what's the fastest way out of here?
The balcony, obviously. If only someone had been brilliant enough to order that remote piloting system for our ship. and to start flying it here at the first sign of trouble. What genius could have accomplished it?
We'll never hear the end of this, will we?
All right. How about the guards in the East Corridor?
Yes. I feel 2 of them. They're nervous, but it's a general concern. Nothing threatening.
Dead on. The North Corridor?
3. But they aren't guards. They feel different. Kitchen staff, I think.
Right again. But can you sense the Commander's Sith friend down in the armory?
No. I can sense the guards there, but... no one else. Can't even sense a Sith Lord. Not much good, am I?
I don't sense her either. But that's because she's actually out checking on the main gate. Your friends will make mistakes. Your enemies will lie. Your senses can be deceived. But you can always trust what the Force tells you.
Seems like your training is going well.
Thanks. It's all coming back, but there's still so much to learn.
Thank you for your patience. The nobles would rather debate who was most wronged by the King's treason than decide on a course of action.
We were right about Darth Savik and King Petrif. The Sith manipulated him into attacking. But they both managed to escape.
Any hints about where they might go next?
Darth Malgus ordered Savik to leave Onderon, but nothing beyond that.
I think it's time to pay a visit to the other attackers. The Untamed. To fight for the Sith, the Untamed must have been manipulated even more effectively than the King. I'm sure they're all the more frustrated for it. They know the wilderness better than our finest scouts. They have both the motive and means to help you find Savik.
All right. How do I find them?
They'll be in mourning now. I made sure their dead warriors were returned to them, to comply with the traditions they hold above all else. Light the appropriate beacons as you approach their hideout, and they will treat you with something like respect.
If Senator Nabet agrees, we'll gather volunteers from the City Guard. As soon as you find Savik's location, we'll be ready to launch a coordinated attack.
Of course. Onderon will see justice done. Good luck, Commander.
We honor Okoru. We honor the fallen. Offworlder, you observe our rites and customs. You show the respect due to the true masters of this world. Speak your purpose here. Just be quick about it.
I'm looking for Darth Savik. Do you know where she is?
One Offworlder seeking another. Why should we be involved?
The sooner I find Savik, the sooner I'll leave Onderon. Simple as that.
The fewer Offworlders spoiling our world, the better. If you will take your fellow defilers and leave, that is sufficient cause. The ancient proving grounds. Your city dwellers will know where it is. Savik thought she could hide a ship there. From other ignorant Offworlders, perhaps. But not from us. You will find her there. Petrif, too. Now go! We will never suffer your presence here again.
The shuttles were pretty well hidden, but we've got a full sensor lock. Now that we know where to look. They won't leave without us knowing.
Volunteers from the City Guard are ready and speeders are prepped. We can be there in minutes.
Tau, Arn, you'll take the volunteers and attack from the far side. Make a lot of noise. Draw Savik's attention. I'll go on foot and catch Savik off guard.
No, this is Malrev 4 all over again. That's not how I remember it.
The proving grounds are ancient and dangerous, even without Imperial patrols. Be cautious. If you manage to find Petrif, please bring him back. The sooner he faces justice for betraying his people, the better. An exiled king can tell his own version of the story, rally supporters, and cause endless trouble. A man in prison is a memory that quickly fades.
If Petrif goes to prison, who takes the throne of Onderon?
That will be a discussion for the Noble Council. His closest relatives are his cousins, but they aren't suited to kingship.
Sensors are picking up energy blooms. Might be the shuttles powering up. Better move out.
Everyone look out for each other. Stay in contact. We're almost done. May the Force be with us.
Not so fast. The diversion was impressive, but I know your moves too well to be fooled by a mere imitation.
You're not going to escape, Savick. Just surrender.
Ah, Melora would have enjoyed this. The insect, threatening the spider from within its web, she'd say. I sometimes miss her particular insanity. You're clear for launch, Petrif. The sensor jammers will activate when you exit orbit. You'll be all but impossible to track.
Await my return, dear Onderon. You shall know the splendor of my rule once again.
Let's ensure a bit of privacy while we're at it. Shuttle 2. Commence aerial assault on hostiles in Zone 5. Now then. I've prepared for this day for so long. Where to even begin? You struck me down in my prime, then moved on without a second thought. Corellia would have been my tomb had my droids not found me. In truth, I should thank you. You made me what I am. Taught me the best way to move forward. I haven't risked direct combat in a decade. I send my droids or manipulate fools like Petrif to fight for me. But now, at last, the Force has reunited us. I've spent years studying you, crafting the ideal response to your every tactic. Shall we test what I've learned?
It doesn't sound like you're giving me any other choice.
That's the beauty of my plans. I leave nothing to chance. Was supposed to make me stronger. All of my rage, all of these years. It still wasn't enough. I've studied, trained, risen to the Dark Council. What does it take to beat you? How can you be so powerful?
I work hard, I train, practice my skills. There's nothing more to it than that.
Impossible. There must be more. There has to be more. Please. It's clear that I'll never beat you. I don't think I even want to anymore. I just want to understand. I can't return to the Sith now. Not after this. They cannot help me become more than I am. Only you can.
Hey there. Sounds like we won.
Everyone all right?
Some of the city guards were hit by the airstrikes, but we're pretty sure they'll make it.
Looks like you have one prisoner. Was Petrif in the other shuttle that launched?
Yes. He left as soon as I got here.
I can help you. You can easily track him down with his sensor jammer's algorithm. I'll give you the algorithm, whatever you want.
Yeah? How about the other fleets the Empire is targeting? Where will your friend strike next?
Mek-Shah. It's an old mining outpost that was converted to a fueling station. I don't have the details, but that's our, Malgus's next target.
Really? Just like that?
Let's get back to the palace. We can sort all of this out there.
Sounds good to me.
Then Savik's cooperation is sincere? She's actually told you the Empire's plan?
Seems that way. I checked with General Daeroon and we have a fleet headed to Mek-Shah for refueling. The pieces fit. Arn and I will head there right away to meet with the fleet's commander, see if we can start rooting out the imps. If we can stop them on Mek-Shah like we did here, we might just stand a chance at defending Corellia.
We'll stop the Empire, no matter what they have planned.
Then let's get to it. See you on Mek-Shah. Senator, thanks for everything.
Safe travels.
We've got Savick on an Alliance shuttle ready to move out. She says she wants to stay with us. With you, maybe.
Of course, the Republic prefers that we transfer her to their control. How would you like to proceed?
Take Savick to Odessen. She could become a real asset to the Alliance.
Right away.
Please don't make us find some other idiot to work for. That is, we'd much rather work for you.
We'll be glad to have you. Lana can set you up with quarters back on Odessan.
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
We have your ship fueled and ready whenever you wish to depart.
Using Savik's information, we've sent troops to follow King Petrif. We expect to have him back in a matter of days. His trial will be interesting, of course, but I'm more concerned with what will come after. If the nobles can't agree, the question of leadership could turn violent.
You'd make a good queen, Nabet. They should choose you.
Thank you, but I don't want to rule my people. I only want to speak on their behalf and share their wisdom with the rest of the galaxy. Good luck on Meksha, Commander, and on Corellia.
Commander, this is Vice Admiral Narlock, commanding the Republic 29th Fleet. Welcome to Meksha.
Narlock, you served on the Esseles, didn't you? It's been a long time.
It really has. I'd hoped I'd have the chance to work alongside you again. I have a local contact who's helping me arrange refueling for our ships. Your Jedi friends are already here. Sending coordinates now. Narlock out.
Quite a place, huh?
Commander, this is Jot, an old friend of mine. He served 30 years in the Republic Navy, and now he's Meksha's chief engineer.
Call me Junker. Everyone does. And chief engineer's a bit fancier than we like around here. Me and my crew just keep things running. Lights, water, atmosphere. Meksha's neutral officially, but me and mine will back the Republic to the end. Whatever you need, we'll help you get.
Thank you for lending us a hand, Junker.
Not often I get to help a Jedi. It's a pleasure.
Junker's been working to get us the fuel we need, but it isn't as easy as I'd hoped.
Like I said, Meksha's neutral, so your ships don't get topped off until the powers that be vote on it. See, Meksha used to be run by the Hutts. The locals kicked them out while they were distracted with McKeb, then started running things themselves. So all the big decisions come down to a vote by the leaders of the 5 biggest crews. Lucky for you, I'm one of them. Huttbreaker. She led the revolt. So now she runs the docks. She'll vote for you. Fuel sales go straight into her pocket. So you just need one more vote.
Unfortunately, I'm no diplomat. And sorry, Junker, but neither are you.
So you need us to get the last vote.
And stop whatever the Empire has planned.
What else did Darth Savik tell us?
We're dealing with Darth Shar. She's the Dark Counselor in charge of Imperial logistics, which doesn't sound very scary.
Maybe, but you don't make the Dark Council just by getting supplies delivered on time. Never underestimate a Sith.
If you're looking for Sith, they'll be with the Brothers. Bunch of creepy slavers down on the lower levels. Empire is their biggest customer.
We can bet they'll show up in force as soon as the fleet starts refueling. We'd better plan out our defenses ahead of time. Could Arn and I scout out the docks a bit? I'd like to see what we're dealing with.
Of course. I'll take you myself.
We'll catch up with you later, Commander.
All right, just us now. No need to put on airs. I know what you're thinking. Because I think it too. You've got a whole big fleet out there and a tiny rock full of lowlifes here. Why not just roll in and take what you need?
A place like this doesn't stay independent if they don't have some impressive security.
You're just as sharp as you look. Huttbreaker has a failsafe rigged up. Push a button, it fires a pulse that makes all the fuel on the station inert. Takes weeks to make the fuel useful again. Not the way you want to go, trust me. I got a much easier route for you. Huttbreaker's hosting an auction at her stronghold on the other side of the station.
All the crew leaders will be there, and I can get you in. It's your best chance to start winning that last vote.
What is Huttbreaker auctioning off?
Couldn't even begin to tell you. All sorts of crazy stuff passes through Mekshah. Crossroads of the galaxy. Now, let me just get a few things sorted and we'll get you on your way. What the...
Who are you?
What in the blazes? I saw that lightsaber. Sith trying to take you out already. In the middle of my turf?
I don't know. He felt strange in the Force. Shrouded, somehow. Besides, why wear a mask when his lightsaber is so obvious? Doesn't make sense.
Don't ask me why Sith do what they do. I always figured the ones who wear the mask just don't feel scary enough without them. Spader's that way. I'll meet you at Huttbreaker's place in a bit. Gonna put more droids on perimeter security. Blasted Sith think they can just strut right in here.
Fancy meeting you here, boss.
We were catching up with Theron and Lana, and they mentioned you were here. Figured we'd lend a hand.
We've cut a few deals with these people over the years. With our help, you'll know just how to play them. They'll vote however you want.
I'll be glad to have any information you can give me.
Just doing our part. If you're ready, let's head inside. All right, first up, Huttbreaker. Revolutionary leader, liberator, and unofficial queen of Mekshah. Her crew runs the main docks.
She won't need much convincing. Selling that fuel will bring in a small fortune, but that only stands if you keep the peace. You get too messy with any of these gangs, Huttbreaker will lock things down no matter how much she stands to make. Keeping Mekshah safe is her top priority.
All right. What about the brothers? Jot mentioned they work with the Empire.
Yeah, they're slavers, all part of some weird religious cult. The Empire buys most of their stock.
A lot of the refugees who come through here end up in the brothers' pens, and Huttbreaker isn't above throwing troublemakers their way too.
Needless to say, you won't be getting their vote for anything that helps the Republic. Better to focus on the other crew leaders. First is Veek the Snake. He runs a Rhodian smuggling ring, the Harrido Wald, one of the biggest operations in the galaxy.
Veek's a businessman. He can be anybody's friend if there's an upshot for him. Just have to figure out what he needs and make sure he gets it. The other crew leader is Indigo, Mandalorian. Well, ex-Mandalorian. Same with his crew. They're called something like Darmanda. They're
mercs and gun runners. Indigo has some kind of rivalry with Veek, so it's a good thing you only need one of them to vote your way.
Veek or Indigo. Got it. I appreciate your help.
What are friends for?
Looks like Huttbreaker's about to give her big welcome speech. Let's find a good spot.
Mekshah! How are you doing tonight? Look at us! We are surviving! We are thriving! We are turning this tiny rock into the beating heart of the galaxy! Just a few years ago, we were slaves. Now, we're masters. Imagine what we can become in just a few more years. All we've got to do is stay us. Be what we've been so far. We keep the peace. We keep the balance. And we keep moving forward. We've got the whole galaxy laid out in front of us. Everyone else just doesn't see it yet. All they see are the soldiers, politicians, Sith, Jedi. All the people who think they run things, who think their wars decide who's in charge. The truth is, they'll never be in charge. They'll never really run things. You know why? Because while they're busy killing each other, we're making deals. making friends, expanding! Everything they buy so they can blow each other up. We're selling and getting richer, stronger! By the time they stop and do the math, it will be too late. Because there will be a lot more of us than there are of them. And then, it will be us calling the shots. So stay the course, my friends. It only gets better from here! Welcome to Meksha. Did you enjoy this speech?
I can see how you were able to inspire the rebellion against the Hutts.
Well, the Hutts did most of the work for me, if I'm honest. Someone just had to fire the first shot. Now then, please, enjoy our hospitality. Have a drink on me and keep the peace. You can keep the peace, yes? Narlock gave me his word.
Servants of the Republic often espouse high ideals, even as their deeds tell a very different story.
No need to be rude. Commander, this is Darth Shar.
Apprentice to Darth Vowrawn, Dark Counselor in charge of production, logistics, and civil order. How do you do?
The Sith you sent to kill me didn't finish the job. Send someone better next time.
I've sent no assassins, dear. Heartbreaker can attest to the meager size of my delegation. Perhaps it was one of the other Sith Lords you've angered over the years.
I'm sure the two of you have a lot you could talk about, but we do have a previous appointment. Enjoy the auction, Commander.
I do hope we get to meet again soon.
I've heard you enslave people and sell them to the highest bidder.
You have heard truth. Consider yourself blessed. There is purity in truth as there is purity in labor. We take beings without value and give them value. We give labor to those who suffer without purpose. Our works enable greater works. Our labors create laborers. Useless beings are made useful again. The galaxy is made better.
Forcing someone to do things against their will is wrong. Slavery doesn't make the galaxy better. It destroys lives.
Activity can only create. Idleness, apathy, inaction, these destroy. Your words waste breath that could be used productively. This entire event is a waste. We will witness no more of it. What do you want?
Not much for small talk, are you?
No, I'm not. And I gotta hurt you on either. We wouldn't be talking unless you wanted something. So what is it?
To the point. Let me return the favor. I'm looking for some help. Interested?
You think Darmanda want to fight and die in your little war? You're out of your mind. We're doing just fine on Meksha.
I'm here to get your help with our operations on Meksha. No fighting needed.
Interesting. Depending on the details. Look, this isn't a good place to do business. Too many years. Maybe the canteen will there, and we'll see.
Chonki faguta geopora geotokakise. Demote que caça do bonyelis de otto. Chai con kunta chichai.
One can never have too many friends.
La tuva de kusia. Conchita chichakta. Kusa mala chikuta. I cosa mose ala chuta. Koba ne puta taise jeskusku.
I'm curious. What's your stance on fueling the Republic ship?
Kasuyali koyaran kenka kurun. Klis kataka yos oska uka pokuta. Makipuna mali tuta o nishka. Kusa malachikuta, ikosa mose ala chuta.
The sooner the better.
Pampaula Kavaji Otto.
I'm sure we can figure something out.
Tungi Machechu. Kafstu Undile. Gio Hola Lukuta. Tungi Machechu. Kuti Nanki He. Wanawa de Bloto Wichawa.
Had enough fun for one night?
I'm finished here.
We heard about the assassin earlier. Glad you're still in one piece. They should have known one Sith wouldn't cut it with you.
I'm honestly not convinced they were an assassin at all.
Strange. But I guess we have no choice but to keep moving forward. On the bright side, the docks aren't the defensive nightmare I was afraid they'd be. Plenty of good choke points, blind corners, and elevated positions.
Huttbreaker doesn't want an invasion, so Narlock's only allowed to bring a limited deployment. He's rounding up his best troops now.
Got a lot of practice working on droids on Ossus, so I'll help Junker modify his service droids to help us fight. In the meantime, I sent Arn to stake out the Brothers' territory and watch for Imperial activity. If they send anyone after us, we'll know.
Good work. I'm going to meet with one of the crew leaders and get us that last vote.
Good luck with that. I can't even get them to put in their work orders right.
If you need anything, just say the word and we'll be there.
Well, you showed up. I prefer doing business here. Better drinks, no dress code, industrial waste disposal in the back if there's trouble.
Let's pick up where we left off at the party.
Well, let's start here. What exactly do you want from me?
The Republic fleet has to get that fuel. I want you to vote to sell it to them.
I get it. You want to buy my vote. Very upstanding. Well, everything's for sale at the right price. You know how this works. You do a little something for me first, and I'll consider it.
What did you have in mind?
Well, you showed up. I prefer doing business here. Better drinks, no dress code, industrial waste disposal in the back if there's trouble.
If you're threatening me, I'm not impressed.
It was a joke. You can relax here. Sit down. Let's continue our little discussion.
Can we just get down to business?
Well, let's start here. What exactly do you want from me?
The Republic fleet has to get that fuel. I want you to vote to sell it to them.
I get it. You want to buy my vote. Very upstanding. Well, everything's for sale at the right price. You know how this works. You do a little something for me first, and I'll consider it.
Every second you keep breathing, I'm doing you a favor. Don't expect more than that.
I can't vote your way if you kill me now, can I? Hear me out. You know that slimy little Rhodian Vic? Runs a smuggling crew? He's been raising prices on me, and I'm sick of it. Profits are thin enough without that bug-eyed scammer butting in. I want him and his bodyguards dead. No witnesses, no chance the Darth catches the blame. I know the guy is next in line. Done business together. He'll hire some of my guys as bodyguards, and I'll be in a nice spot. So, there it is. Take out Vic, and the vote's yours.
No deal. I won't be your assassin.
Your call. Oh, good luck getting them votes. I'll be here if you reconsider.
Chonki faguta geopora geoto kakise. Makipuna male tutta od mishka.
Indigo was willing to vote my way in exchange for killing you.
Patati tok maki chisa chubala wawuni. Kafstu undile, jigo hola lukuta. Pakuta pal kuchapting wampa, la wakilia jikoska. Chonki faguta geopora geoto kakise. Ni at umpampa boshura moki.
Who do you support?
Akmanoya no chaita. Tuta mishka no chaita. Umpakambak ni jitonka giliski chanaga. Una naikachu ne tutubuga. Kusa malachikuta, ikosa mose ala tuta. Patoga wa kiku bakili.
Why me? Can't your own people handle it?
Ki casa da yakatoto. Umpa betuala ni bobo. Oya tuka change kapula. Timote ki casa do bonyelis di otto. Bampaula cava de otto. Umpa betuala ni bobo.
You want to do business with the Hutts?
Bagtra wanawaka. Mi bonawa di te utwipi. Kasuyali koyaran kenka kurum. Umpata ti tok maki chisa chubala wawuni.
The exchange must be growing. I have someone working on cutting them off from Zakul.
Kuchuso yumata chikotoya. Wanto humpa muli ravavaba. Umpa betuala ni bobo. Nokta chulna dobela. Patoga wa kiku bakile.
I'm not here to take down the exchange, but I'll rescue the envoy.
Kuchuso yumata chikotoya. Cha aita ye chopa. Mitwana shoto.
Kappa me chispa.
You weren't invited to this meeting, Commander.
I gather your meeting with Beak is cancelled then?
Kavaji otatakoga uta no pisto pampawuta.
I must say, I am surprised Veek chose his reputation over saving a potential deal with the Hutts.
Kontachota, kasa yuli koira tole kankiton.
So this was just a way to get back at Veek.
Doti puna, manchika pugnoni snimo.
In truth, both of our organizations lose millions of credits to Harrido Wald every month. It's getting expensive.
Kiko ubo kili wata pangka tonko potoko wata.
Once Veek and his ilk are out of the way, we'll divvy up his routes and cruise between ourselves.
Yakopa chiji kuting anulia mankachisa.
So, yumata chikotoya. Migushu funbo dopa makma.
Dead. It was an ambush. She was working with the exchange all along.
Bampaula kavaji otto.
The Hutts in the exchange made a deal to kill you and split your resources between themselves. They didn't count on anyone else getting involved.
Kasuyali koyaran kenka kurum. Umpa comeback niji tonka giliski chanaga. Umpa betuala ni bobo.
It seems that will take some time.
Timote ki casa do bonyelis di otto. Kusa malachikuta, ikosa mose ala tuta. Umpa betuala ni bobo. Widok bamba, unaguta, tanquekuta.
I have other priorities right now.
Umpata titok maki chisa chubala wawuni. Pide perupa, kadwa shiniko iga danaila. Kusa malachikuta, ikosa mose ala tuta. No ye nevuta, nakma.
Yes, that should be all.
Iniguda iji liska chanagawa.
Is that you?
Listen, I need your help. There are slaves. Dozens of them. The brothers are loading them into shuttles. Imperial shuttles. We have to stop them.
I'm on my way.
Thank you. We can't just let this happen.
Tau, do you read me? Arn is attacking the brothers. They're about to ship out slaves for the Empire.
Blast it! I'll meet you there!
Arn?
They're slavers. Monsters. The worst scum in the galaxy. But I don't want to kill them. I didn't want to kill any of them. I had to. They didn't give me any other choice, did they? There was no other way to get to the slaves and free them before it was too late. What else could I do? Was there some other way? Please, I have to know. You have to tell me.
Some people can't be reasoned with. Like you said, they left you no choice.
Jedi. A protector, not a killer. Thou doesn't know, but when I was injured, the people we were fighting, they were slavers too. Back then, I couldn't stop them. Years of recovery and pain. Maybe I didn't want there to be another way. Maybe I saw my chance to get payback, and I took it. I don't think that's who I am. I don't want that to be who I am. But part of me is glad they're dead.
We all feel that pull from the dark side sometimes. It's part of the Force, part of all of us. But it doesn't control you unless you let it.
You're right. Thank you. Thank you.
Arn! Are you all right?
I'm sorry, Master. I'm sorry for all of this. I saw those people being rounded up and I couldn't... I didn't know what else to do.
Come on. The imps might send reinforcements. Let's get back to Junker's place, and you can tell me everything.
You didn't just hit the brothers, you practically wiped them out. We're supposed to be keeping the peace.
Arn was there on my orders. If you or Huttbreaker have a problem with what he did, take it up with me.
You think I care that those creeps are gone? I'd give you a medal if I could. It's Huttbreaker who wants our hides over it.
Is she still willing to sell us the fuel?
Yes, for an extra 40%.
Then let's stick to the mission. We don't need to give Arn any more grief than he's already giving himself.
How is Arn?
He's still struggling, but I've been there. I'll help him through. He'll hold his post when the time comes.
The vote went in our favor, so I've got the fleet organized and ready to start refueling. Safe bet the imps will show up as soon as we start. So we'd better get ourselves into position right away. I'll meet you all here at the docks.
Hey, I wanted to thank you for letting me know when Arn called you. I'm glad I had the chance to help him.
Of course. You're his master. He needed your guidance.
Still feels weird to think of it that way, but I appreciate you trusting me to do it.
My best troops. Wish I could bring more, but we're on thin ice with Huttbreaker as it is.
There are three main approaches the imps could use for their assault. The main catwalks, the maintenance tunnels, or the docks themselves via shuttle.
The main catwalk is the most direct route, so we'll have our strongest defense there. Commander, that's you.
All right. What about the other routes?
Arn and I would be best for the tunnels. In close quarters like that, they'll never make it past our lightsabers.
My droids know those tunnels better than anyone. I'll send them to back you up.
My troops will cover the docks as best they can, but our anti-aircraft weapons are limited. Once our ships start refueling, weapons and docking bays are disabled.
Oyatuka jange kapula. Ni at umpampa boshura moki. Kafsta undile, Gio hola lukuta. Ni at umpampa boshura moki.
Will Huttbreaker be angry about you stepping in like this?
Chonki faguta Gio pora geoto kakise. Oyatuka jange kapula. Kobane puta taise jeskusku.
Sounds like we're ready.
May the Force be with us all.
We can do this! We must do this! For the Republic! It's over! Drop your weapon!
It's been a long day, my friend. I'm doing what I came here to do. Don't make me kill you first.
I've never seen better timing in my life.
You? You're the Alliance commander. Guess we're done then. If you can kill the Sith Emperor, I don't really like my odds.
Mission now, banter later.
Narlock is here. They were trying to activate the failsafe, but we stopped them in time.
You got them on the run down here.
That's what I thought.
Outstanding work, everyone. Let's regroup outside.
We did it! We actually did it!
Combined with the fleet from Onderon, our odds of victory are climbing. Vice Admiral Narlock, I look forward to seeing you at the rendezvous. Please set out as soon as possible.
Of course, General. Thank you all. You saved my ships. And you may have saved the whole of the Republic.
Thanks to your heroism, the Republic will have enough ships to challenge Malgus's armada when they arrive at Corellia. But numbers are no guarantee of victory, and our foe is known for his cunning. You have my coordinates. Meet me right away. The battle is about to begin.
Well, it's been a bucket of fun, but these old bones need a good 3 or 4 day nap. Stay spry, kids. Junker's out.
Think Huttbreaker and the others for us?
Yeah.
No sign of Shar or Valron. Maybe they were on one of the shuttles that was destroyed attacking the docks.
Or they ran for it as soon as the f***ing go their way. It would fit both the profiles.
What do you think about this prisoner, Anri? Will we get anything useful out of her?
She seemed to be a key part of the Empire's plans. She might know a lot.
Every little bit helps, especially with what we're up against. I guess we'll see you at the rendezvous. This will be my first time back on Corellia since the last time. Can't believe it's been so long.
You're not the same person you were back then, Tau. You'll do fine.
Let's hope you're right. See you there, Commander.
Leaving already? No time to stop for a few drinks?
What? Seriously?
No. Come on.
You really do have a way with people.
We received coordinates for your strategy meeting with General Derun. They included rather explicit instructions that only you should attend.
I can't imagine why they wouldn't be comfortable sharing their battle plans with some of your friends.
You're my top advisors. I'll make sure they include you from now on.
Or don't. Personally, I wouldn't mind fewer meetings.
The shuttle is ready when you are.
Commander, welcome. Let's get started right away.
Of course. I'm sure time isn't on our side.
It so rarely is. Galena Rounds. I'm the Supreme Chancellor of the Republic. But don't hold that against me.
It's an honor to meet you, Chancellor.
Honor's all mine. Hadn't gotten to come to a briefing like this since my time in the 439th Bomber Wing.
This is Fleet Admiral Newman. He'll be commanding the naval aspects of Corellia's defense.
A challenge, to be sure, but thanks to the reinforcements we've received, one that we can overcome.
All right then. How do we defend Corellia? How do we save the Meridian Complex shipyard?
The captured Dark Counselor, Darth Savik, revealed much about the enemy fleet's capabilities. But she didn't know their attack plan. I've positioned our ships for maximum flexibility. Rapid reaction is our best hope.
How can the Alliance fleet help with the battle?
I'd like to keep them hidden on the far side of the planet Talus. Once we've seen the Empire's strategy, they can hyper-jump in wherever they'll be most effective. Savik has also revealed that the Imperial Armada will include a group of dreadnoughts equipped with Isotope 5 generators, and another with silencer superweapons.
Meaning?
The Isotope 5 ships will be much faster than standard, with far stronger shields. The silencers can destroy capital ships in a single shot.
What do we have that can go up against weapons like those?
We had hoped Admiral Revol's null cannons would be available in time, but the prototypes are still too unstable to deploy.
All right, that's everything in orbit. How about planet side?
Anti-aircraft turrets and defensive shielding are already in place. So long as they remain operational, The facility will be safe from aerial attack.
And our ground forces?
We've deployed as many soldiers as possible to the Meridian Complex, but it was built as a shipyard, not a fortress. We can only station so many troops in the facility before we end up leaving them exposed. So, the rest are positioned as close by as possible.
I've gathered as many Jedi as I could to join the defense, including volunteers from Corellia's Green Jedi. But there are still too few to repel a significant Sith contingent. Commander, we'd like you and your Alliance forces to join the ground defense group and help tip the odds in our favor.
We'll be ready for anything the Empire throws at us.
Sounds like everyone knows their job. The Republic's counting on you, friends. If we're gonna put up a decent fight going forward, we need that shipyard. Make us all proud.
Safe travels. Newman out.
We'll make our way to Corellia in my personal ship. There should be just enough time to cook up a nice rishkate and a pot of Gatalenton before we arrive.
Tau informed me of Arn's difficulties on Meksha. I want to thank you for keeping her involved as you did. Arn acted rashly, but thanks to you, Master and student have been brought closer together as a result. Recognizing when help is needed can be very important, but recognizing who should be giving that help, that can be even more important.
Tau is doing well with Arn. They're both great Jedi.
I'm glad we agree. Now then, enough talk. We have a battle to win, don't we? Not to mention, I was in a Bacta tank the last time Daerun brewed this tea of his. I want to see what all the fuss is about. Just admit, it's hardly the Sith approach.
I've grown far stronger working beside her than I ever could have become through treachery.
Intriguing. I suppose the Sith Code never specifically calls for the usurpation of the Master by the apprentice. Merely the pursuit of greater power.
Precisely. It's only natural that the strongest should lead, but the goal should be strength, not necessarily leadership. If one is truly strong, leadership comes inevitably.
A unique point of view among the Sith.
Perhaps that's why we aren't among the Sith now.
Passing the time with a bit of philosophical discussion?
Yes, quite enjoyably, in fact. I hope we can speak more later.
Exiting hyperspace in the Corellia system, now.
Groups 4 and 5, position Ort 9. 6, 7, and 8, staggered column behind them.
Daerun here. Report.
The enemy arrived ahead of schedule. They're split into 3 groups we've designated Hound, Raptor, and Swarm.
Energy signatures tell us Hound group contains the Isotope 5 dreadnoughts. We're approaching our lines head-on at maximum speed.
Following behind, Raptor group, vertical halo formation to maximize field of fire. The silencers, covering Hound group's approach. Swarm group contains the bulk of the attacking fleet. They dropped out of hyperspace on the far side of the planet, well out of weapons range. Objective, unknown.
Understood. How can we help?
Approaching the vector we're sending now to avoid Raptor group's targeting range. Then make for the surface.
Admiral, it's Swarm Group. The vessel opened fire.
Opened fire on what? We're out of range.
They aren't firing on us. They're firing on the surface, the cities. Residential, manufacturing. It's totally indiscriminate.
We have to stop them. Thousands, even millions could die.
Redeploying any of our ships will weaken our defensive blockade significantly. There is the Alliance fleet, but we need them to trap the silencers.
Forget the plan. Those people need us. Admiral Ego, get to the far side of Corellia. Stop the Imperials any way you can.
Copy that. Moving out.
Reading multiple new targets. They must have been hidden by Hound's energy signatures.
They're going to beat us to the surface. All shuttles, prepare for launch.
Clear. Looks that way. You saved me. Thank you. Thank you!
Commander.
Tau, Arn.
We're all right, old man.
And this is?
Theron Cedrax, foremost authority on exotechnology and principal systems engineer of this once fine facility.
Where's Darth Malgus?
Sidetracked, stalled, diverted when I calculated that our physical security was insufficient. I rerouted all facility defense systems to a secondary control station near the top of the spire.
That was some quick thinking. Well done.
The Sith Lord, Malgus? He and the last of his troops set off up the elevators toward the secondary controls. You're not too late to stop them.
If you read me, you better hunker down. Some of the reinforcements got past us, and they are not in a great mood.
We can hold this level with our troops. You three, go on. Malgus must be stopped.
Come with us. We can fight him together.
No, seeing me alive will only fuel his rage even further. This is your fight, all three of you. Fight as one, and you can defeat him. May the Force be with you.
Malgus!
I hoped it would be you. I've been looking forward to this. And Tower Dare. Didn't you bring that old fool with you? I'm told he survived our last encounter.
Couldn't kill one poor old Jedi. You're slowing down in your old age.
Am I?
Alert! Shield power decreasing. Shield system failure imminent.
Shall we die together?
You think we'd give up so easily?
I think I will kill you easily.
Think again.
I should have known it wasn't just a story. If anyone could destroy him, it was you. No matter. I will not fail. Your shipyard will crumble. Your republic will burn. I will not fail.
Structural damage detected. Evacuation protocols in effect. Shield power restored. Structural support units deployed. Fire suppression systems activated. External defensive systems restored. Targeting hostiles. Now!
All forces, our assault has failed. The shields cannot be penetrated. Regroup at RV point fresh. Now.
Lieutenant, all ships, regroup at the Meridian Complex. Secure any remaining enemy forces on the surface and prepare search and rescue teams for deployment. We've won the impossible battle. But the day isn't over until we've gotten everyone home safely. Get to it.
Conquer. You saved the day again. Well done.
It wasn't easy, but we pulled it off.
We're getting a mountain of good intel out of the captured soldiers and ship crews, not to mention data from the wreckage. Exciting times, but I won't keep you. Just wanted to pass on my congratulations. See you around.
Well, if it isn't one of my new favorite people.
Tau and Arn both escaped with only minor injuries. They'll be along shortly.
All Corellia forces are still on alert, but it would seem Malgus has escaped us once again.
One miss in a day full of hits. We'll get him eventually. The production lines are firing back up in a matter of days. We'll get new ships to our frontline units in no time. The Empire committed a lot to this attack. They're going to be hurting for a while, and we'll be ready to press the advantage.
We've spent a lot of time with our backs to a wall. It will be good to finally take the initiative.
Couldn't agree more. So what am I supposed to do with you? The hero of the Republic who's not in the Republic. At least not for some years now.
I believe there's a simple solution, Chancellor.
I agree. Consider this your formal invitation, Commander. Come back to us. Join the Republic. And bring all your friends and your planet with you.
I've been enjoying my independence, Chancellor. I'm not sure this is what I want.
Hear me out. I think you might change your mind. Odessan becomes a member world of the Republic, with a senator and everything. Every one of your people, even the ones with criminal charges or intelligence files with frowny faces on them, they all get clean records and citizenship if they want it. What's more, you'll be heading a new initiative we're cooking up. One I think you'll like. General?
Task Force Nova. A joint military and civilian effort to help the Jedi rebuild their order.
My research suggests that there are still countless Jedi scattered across the galaxy. We will find them, and we will build them a new home.
To help the Jedi rebuild all that we've lost? I'd be honored.
Thank you. This will be a difficult undertaking. Your help will be invaluable. Rebuilding the Jedi means rebuilding the Jedi High Council. I can think of no one I would rather welcome as this new council's first member. After all, in times like these, the role of Battlemaster becomes more important than ever.
I'll be your liaison with the Republic military. We'll provide security, reconnaissance, and intelligence support.
That's quite an offer.
Of course, if you'd rather keep the Alliance as it is, that's fine too. You'll still be our top ally, and we'll still want your help with the task force. But the rest, the titles, the areas of responsibility, that's all a package deal for signing up. So, back to the Republic and the Jedi, or stick with the Alliance as is.
I've worked hard to build the Alliance. I'm not ready to give that up.
Fair enough.
Though you may not be an official Jedi any longer, we still welcome your insights.
Until next time.
Commander.
Task Force Nova. An impressive undertaking. I'm surprised it took the Republic this long to prioritize the revitalization of the Jedi. Our own forces came out of the battle largely unscathed. We'll be back to full operational readiness in a matter of days. The Alliance remains a force to be reckoned with.
Joining the Republic wouldn't have been so bad. Definitely would have helped with funding.
I prefer the operational flexibility of our present relationship.
Of course you...
Shall we stop by the cantina? I understand one of the generals is offering free drinks for anyone with an impressive Corellia story. Not the cantina, then.
Hey, need a minute of your time.
I'll find you later.
Well, if it isn't the improvised free-climbing champion of Corellia.
When he smashed the platform, I thought it was all over. I can't believe you managed to get back up there and fix the shields. You're everything they say you are.
And so was Malgus. We were lucky to survive it all. That wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been there. Thanks.
The three of us are pretty hard to stop. We should work together more.
Count me in.
Before we go, there's something else we need to talk about. When Arn and I were buried in all of that wreckage, we didn't dig ourselves out. We had help.
From whom?
From some long-lost friends.
Kira. Scourge.
We meet again,
At last.
Wait. You're the one who attacked me on Mech Shaw. You've been following me, watching me. Why?
A necessary test.
And you passed. What are you talking about?
The Emperor, Tenebrae, Vitiate, Valkorion. Whatever his name. He was a part of you. We all felt his destruction, but he has always been a master of deceit. We had to be sure that he wasn't lingering in your mind, hidden, waiting to come out only in the most dire circumstances. Now, we are sure.
I'm so glad to see you both. After all these years, I'd feared the worst.
Ours has not been an easy road. There is much to tell, but we can't risk saying more here. Let's travel to your base on Odessen. It should be safe for us to talk there.
About what?
The final gruesome weapon of Tenebrae.
It's still hard to believe that you're both back after all this time.
To be fair, we weren't the ones who disappeared in the first place.
True. But we weren't the ones who charged away aboard an exploding ship.
All of those years without you. It wasn't easy. I was a nervous wreck when what had really happened to you. I guess what I'm saying is, never worry me like that again, okay?
It sounds like there's more you want to say, Kira.
Well, there is, actually. But we should talk later.
Why don't you tell me what's been going on?
As I told you on Carrick Station, Tenebrae's last gruesome weapon. He sought immortality, but only his endless spite survives now. In your absence, I received guidance from an old ally. The path to our enemy's ultimate death was unfolding, and we had a crucial part to play. Tenebrae hid his original body where no one could harm it. As long as that body remained in stasis, the galaxy's greatest evil could never truly be killed.
Unless we destroyed Tenebrae, the fight against Valkorion would never really be over.
Since Valkorion is gone, I assume you succeeded.
We did. As we later learned, we destroyed his first body just as you purged the last vestige of his twisted spirit from your mind. That is when his final weapon was unleashed. A Sith ritual, carved into his very flesh, unleashed an ancient plague from every molecule of his decaying corpse.
We were both knocked out cold, comatose for more than a year. Satil Shan was the one who finally pulled us out of that nightmare, and started a new one.
Since we had both been vessels for Tenebrae's power in the past, we were both protected to a large degree, like a vaccine. But Satil had no such protection, nor did any of her followers. Within days, they were all laid low, trapped in a nightmarish slumber. Helping us, they are knowingly doomed themselves.
That's terrible. I'll do anything I can to help you save them.
I knew you would, but there's more.
The infection is worsening. There is a darkness growing among the afflicted.
We can feel their minds connecting, communicating. We're afraid they might be merging somehow.
Merging into what? Another Valkorion? Is this plague bringing him back somehow?
It's too early to make that conclusion. Whatever it is immensely dangerous. We must stop it.
How?
We loaded Satil and all of her followers in transport to keep them quarantined, along with a few med droids to tend to them. The transport is programmed to fly a random course through unsettled sectors of the Outer Rim, all weeks away from civilization. I can send a signal to alter the course, bring it to another empty system that's closer, so it in a shuttle.
We board the ship and connect our minds with yours through the Force. Together, we will face this entity and purge it from existence. And if we cannot purge it, then we destroy the transport and hope we've ended the old monster's schemes forever.
Valkorion was in my mind for a long time. What if connecting with this entity makes it stronger instead of weaker?
It won't. That is why we tested you as we did. To make sure that no trace of him remained. You will not strengthen this entity. Only destroy it.
It'll be a while before the ship comes back into range. Scourge, did you...
Yes. There is a private matter we should discuss. The sooner the better.
Looks like your guests from Task Force Nova are finally here, and they picked up a stray. Patching you through now.
Commander!
General Daerun, is everything all right?
I apologize for the delay in our arrival. We happened across pirates attacking a refugee ship from the Mid-Rim. Shameful.
Fortunately, we intervened in time. Tau and Arn are still chasing down the pirates, but the refugees are in dire need of medical supplies and other essentials.
Our ships will touch down momentarily. See you shortly.
We have plenty of supplies, General. We'll have them all treated in no time.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Such carnage. We tend to focus so much on the Sith that we forget the galaxy is full of other dangers.
Which pirates were responsible for the attack?
We believe they were Dire Skulls, but we'll learn more once Tau and Arn capture them.
There are quite a few supplies to distribute. Perhaps we could lend a hand before we get to our other purpose here.
Of course. Let's do whatever we can.
I can't think of a more worthy start for Task Force Nova. Shall we? Our victory on Corellia still has the Empire reeling. Our forces have made significant gains in the Atravis, Bormia, and Anoad sectors. Morale is higher than ever. Our task force will be staged for success right from the beginning.
That's great to hear. What's our first step?
We still have a few logistical matters to settle before we can begin in earnest. Aside from the occasional pirate, supply and communication lines between Odessan and Republic Command appear to be secure. I've gathered an initial complement of security personnel and patrols from the station. Dossiers and technical specs have already been forwarded to your staff for review.
It would seem prudent to station additional forces here as well, to support any urgent missions that come up.
Only on the condition that they stay in approved parts of the base. I'm sure you understand.
Of course. We have no intention of crowding your Alliance personnel.
Word of the victory on Corellia has spread, and a number of Jedi in hiding have returned to the fold. Even so, many of them have seen so much war, they're hesitant to return to positions on the front lines. We can certainly find other ways for them to contribute, but I fear the precedent we'd be setting. To defend the Republic is the duty of all Jedi.
We can afford to give them time to recenter themselves before they resume combat assignments. Jedi have more to offer than their lightsabers.
True enough. I only hope they rediscover their full potential soon. The Republic needs us all.
I believe that covers our most pressing issues.
Any word on Darth Malgus? I haven't heard anything since Corellia.
None, which is very strange. He should have returned to the front lines by now, even if his wounds were severe. I only hope we can determine his next move before he strikes again.
Aaron? Aaron, what's wrong?
It's him. Malgus.
Malgus? What do you mean? What about him?
He's almost here.
I can sense him. He's coming to Dantooine.
Then let's be ready.
Ah! We've waited too long as it is. Something is wrong. I'm sure of it.
Smashing up the place isn't gonna solve anything. We'll find the ship. It's gonna be all right.
I take it there's no sign of the transport with Satele and her followers.
Nothing. It isn't responding to our signals. And we've already checked the next scheduled stop. No sign.
Which leaves just about 200 or 300 systems to search.
There must be another way!
I've never seen you so... expressive.
Ah, these damned emotions!
All we can do is start searching from the ship's last known coordinates, which, for us, could take forever. So we get an expert. We'll send T7 out with an escort and all the probe droids we can find. They'll cover more ground and sort through sensor readings faster than we ever could. T7 works his astromech magic, crunches the probe data to pick up a trail, and we find our missing ship in a matter of days or weeks, instead of years.
Who should be escorting them? More droids?
That would be best. They won't be affected by... whatever the Emperor has done to Satele and the others. That's everything settled then. As soon as we get coordinates, you'll be the first to know. Don't worry, your furniture's safe. He'll calm down in a bit.
Gorgeous, let me tell you something. You have made it. This place, this planet, your own cantina, ships, a staff, a small army. We're a long way from Bugtown on Balmora. I'm proud of you.
Such high praise. Let's hear some more.
Let's see, you haven't aged a day. You're even more heroic and stunning than I remember. I'm so glad to see you, it's hard to even think straight. Look, I don't want to pressure you. I'm the last guy to give a lecture on fidelity, and we've been apart a long time. But I just want to be sure you know, I've stayed true. You are the only one for me.
I don't want to spend another day without you.
Works for me. Hard to believe it's been so long. The colony was good for me. Good for everyone, really. The way things were going, the break was good. I stuck with Kira and Scourge through the war. Even for a while after, until Scourge went on the hunt. He was obsessed. Something to do with the Sith Emperor, but he wouldn't tell me more. Kira was spun up about it too. We got separated on Begarin. I couldn't hook back up with them. I circled back to Tython and then fell into Nostral's little project.
Sounds like you went through a lot. I'm glad you made it in one piece.
You and me both, gorgeous. Now then, I've already got my gear moved into some very nice quarters Dr. Ogorab put aside for me.
So why don't we spend a bit more time catching up?
Just what the doctor ordered.
We should talk. With your previous relationship renewed, it would seem that ours has run its course. Let's not belabor the situation with arguments or excuses. Agreed?
I owe you an apology, whether you want one or not. You've been so supportive. You deserve better.
Deserve is a crutch for the weak. I take happiness where I can find it. I can't blame you for doing the same. I wish you the best.